Hello and welcome to this lesson. In this lesson, we shall be discussing the judiciary, its structure, and some of its functions. Have you ever wondered why people go to court to settle disputes between themselves and someone else? No? I'll tell you why. The court system of any country is called judiciary. So, judiciary is the arm of government with the responsibility of interpreting the law and settling disputes. When the legislature makes a law and the executive implements the law that have been made by the legislature, if there is any problem in implementing the law made by the legislature, it is the duty of the judiciary to interpret the law. Judiciary also settles disputes that arise in a state either between citizens or citizens and the state. However, in different countries, the judiciary has different classes. And by classes, we mean that judiciary in every state has a way in which they are structured. In Nigeria, for instance, the judiciary is divided into superior and inferior court. The superior court comprises of the Supreme Court, the Court of Appeal, Industrial Court, and State and Federal High Court. The inferior court in Nigeria comprises of the Magistrate Court, Sharia Court, Customary Court, and Alkali Court. The Supreme Court in Nigeria, as in every other country, is the highest court of the land. The Supreme Court is headed by the Chief Justice of Nigeria, who happens to be the head of the judiciary in Nigeria. In most countries too, the head of the Supreme Court is also the head of the judiciary, but only the Supreme Court has power over constitutional interpretation in the country. While judges are called members of the bench, lawyers are called members of the bar. The judiciary in every state is the custodian of justice. This means that when citizens are being oppressed or their fundamental human rights have been violated, they go to the judiciary to seek justice. For this, judiciary is also called the last hope of the common man in society. The judiciary is the only institution that remains in a society even when a dictator is in power. So most dictators do not rule with an elected legislative body. They set up a military council or a supreme council as the case may be. But judiciary remains regardless of who is in power. This is simply because the dictator cannot settle all disputes in the society. So the judiciary still has to be available to settle those disputes. Now you know that the legislature is indeed a very important and sacred arm of government. In another lesson, we shall be discussing features of the legislature and other functions of the judiciary. Never forget that judiciary is the arm of government charged with the responsibility of interpreting the law and settling disputes. Bye, my friend. I'll see you soon.